everybody. Welcome to another exciting Ergo AMA. I am Dan, coming to you live from Japan, here to take Ergo into the top 10. And with me today, I have my main man, Alex. Say hi to everybody, Alex.
Hi, everyone. My pleasure to be here again. And a lot of news to share. So let's start.
It's definitely been a full week at the Ergo gang. So let me get started with what I've been up to. Let me pull up my old man notes, because I am kind of old, even though I don't want to admit it. All right. So, first and foremost, first on the list, we have marketing and PR. So we have actively started marketing and PR. Marketing and PR plan that we've been working on. We are going to be actively working with our PR partner, who will be basically helping us with regular PR pushes, articles, blog posts, and just to maintain a general strong media presence for Ergo. So basically, so that there's material out there in mainstream about Ergo, so that when people look for news, they will see Ergo news and so on and so forth. And so all of our developments, our story, the different things that are going on in the ecosystem, all will be out there for new Ergonauts to see and to be excited about when they join the Ergo ecosystem. So that's really exciting, because I think that will really put a certain order to the way we to the way we convey our message, which is really important, because one of the most important things is brand consistency. And in brand consistency, you need to have consistent public relations, consistent message delivery, which is done through media, which is done through social media. But traditional media and electronic media are still very powerful. They have a really wide reach, and I am really happy that we're gonna have a much more consistent presence there. So that's really exciting for us. On top of that, we're almost done with the website, the new website, and the rebranding campaign that we're going to be doing. And so there's been a lot of really incredible work done. I've seen it myself. Just everybody's been working overtime to make this a really beautiful site. It's going to have a lot of really good material, all aggregated in the right place, all really ergonomic. Yeah, I did say that. I did ergonomic. So that it is easier to access. It's feng shui, if you want to call it that. So really excited about that. So the next thing on my list is, of course, Ergo Hack coming up. And so for Ergo Hack, we've been preparing videos, we're preparing talks. I'm going to be recording my own little spiel as well for Ergo Hack and for all my fellow Ergonauts. And the more and more I get into this ecosystem, the more I kind of feel this sense of like this ecosystem is a brother, and it's family, and it's just a really incredible feeling. And I'm really glad that I'm able to deliver my thoughts, deliver the vision that I have for this ecosystem, because in the next 3 to 6 months, I see exponential growth happening in this ecosystem with all these different things that we're doing. And then they might not seem like we've been executing on a lot of these things, but that is because a lot of these things need preparation, commercial deals, infrastructure deals, technical partnerships, all these things. They need time to mature. They need time to nurture. So once they start happening, there's going to be a lot of movement. So a lot of these things are going to be happening, consistently. Bam, 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 bam. So I think that if you just hang with us for just a little while longer, you'll be really pleased with what you see happening. And so again, going back to Ergo Hack, really excited to see what is going to happen. Really excited to make the video for everybody. Hope it'll help people understand where I see this ecosystem going, because I really have incredibly high hopes for this, and I personally been working on making something really big happen with Ergo. And again, this is also something that I'm going to be discussing. This is the commercial project that I've been talking about on social media, as well as and during the AMAs. This is there's going to be Ergo centric, NFT centric technology that the suite of products is going to be working on, and this is going to be in a really significant scale. At least that is what I'm striving to do with the team that I already assembled, and plus with, of course, with the help of my fellow Ergonauts and the Ergo Foundation. And this will really be I am striving for this to be a paradigm shift to put us to the next level in this ecosystem, to bring more utility, to bring more users, to bring in commercial users into this ecosystem, and to really let it blossom, to really let it become more and more robust, and really achieve its destiny, which I think is a really awesome destiny. So I'm really excited about this. So on another note, so what we're going to be also doing is stepping up preparation for being listed on Dexis. So there's going to be we're going to have to do some development work, and so we're going to be pivoting some teams to do to basically concentrate on what we would need to get listed on Dexis to get Ergo wrapped, and to create bridges and whatever else might need to integrate with existing liquidity. And of course, this is also going to be a gradual process, because we need to also secure liquidity providers for Ergo and for these Dexes and for the swaps. And so we also need to coordinate with Chiron Labs to make sure that everything's done properly. So again, this is not going to be an instant, flip of a switch type of thing, but it is in progress, and it will bring the volume that we're looking for, at least some of the volume that we're looking for, to Ergo, so that we can again achieve what we're looking to do, and that is more tier 1 listings, because that is also, and this is, I don't think that tier 1 listings is the answer to everything for us. The answer to everything for us is utility and user acquisition. That is the answer for us. That is what's going to make Ergo huge. Listings will help. Listings will help get people on board to make it easier to attain Ergo. However, I would like to ask the community to really focus on what we're building. Focus on the utility, the expansion of the user base, which is what will happen when we bring more utility into the ecosystem. And of course, the exchange listings and different ways of getting people to on board to come into the Ergo ecosystem by buying Ergo. The next point here is, and so yeah, we Joe and I have just got done filming our new episode of Ergo Pulse, and our guest Get Block was on there, Rob, and it was a really, really amazing interview. I'm really happy with the show, and I'm going to turn out really well with the help of Andy. A lot of really relevant content there about governance, and with the EAP 27 a proposal on the table. This is going to be a really important episode because it involves community voting, and it involves community governance, which is in essence is a big thing about about putting through proposals like EAP 27. So I hope you enjoy the new episode. It's going to be out on Monday. And I hope that Andy doesn't want to kill me afterwards, because it's going to be a lot of work for him. I hope he's halfway across the globe, so that's a good thing about being in Japan. You're far away from anybody. It's an island. It's a lot easier to do really, really naughty stuff to people. and I do it, but I'm saying, just it's convenient. And one last piece of news that I would like to let everybody know about. Well, first of all, about the commercialization project, I will be creating I'm almost done with a slide deck presentation, and I'm going to be creating a video to explain to everybody, to explain to the community what I intend to do and what the team intends to do, and to present it to the community so that there's transparency in what's going on. And also, I have been invited to a conference in Dubai. It's happening on I believe the 22nd. And I'm going to be speaking there and talking about perceived utility of the metaverse, which is actually relevant to what I'm going to be doing. So, and it's going to give me a chance to also let people know about Ergo and to reach an audience. Excited about that. That's it for me, Alex. Well, why don't you give your updates?
All right. So now my turn, and let's start with history. So 1 year ago, we had Ergo Summit, which was highly successful. So that one. That was one of the major milestones, I believe, in community growth. So a lot of you guys are waiting for continuation, and it's coming. But now, instead of one event, we will have 3 events or so throughout the year. And the first one will be started on February 17th. So it will be an Ergo summit on privacy and security, right? So just a few days after the hackathon, which is focused on the same topic. So we will have focused summit with talks from purely technical ones like mine to some invited talks from very recognized folks in this area. From purely technical to talks about regulation and so on in regards with privacy and cryptocurrencies and so on. So it will be a very interesting event, I believe. And so next summit will be about DeFi, and third one will be about layer 2 side chains and interoperability. All right. Next days will be busy with Ergo Hack first from February 11th, and then Ergo Summit on February 17th. All right. Then what's important now is that, as I said during the last episode, we are working on improving stability and resilience everywhere. So from the protocol client to the applications, wallets, and so on, right? Whenever possible, because Ergo Foundation is not controlling everything, right? So we are controlling only concrete parts, and for applications, wallets, and so on. So we can do some things, but yeah, it's up to our partners after all to deliver something or not. All right, so in regards with nodes development, so the development is well, as intense as during the mainnet launch. So, new release is coming with some fixes and performance improvements, and yeah, a lot of performance improvements are planned for the next version, which will be out next week. So we are going for weekly releases for the nodes, and yeah, a lot of positive changes there. So in regards with performance and so on. It will be significantly improved in coming weeks. All right. Also, new features are coming into the node. So, for example, the last version now supporting burning tokens via API. The new version, which will be out today likely, now supports full security for NIPA proofs, for SPV clients. The last pieces are now completed. There are more diagnostic API calls available now, and things are been improving. A lot of changes coming in next releases, so we already have enough material for next release. There was Explorer incident around Aneta launch on Ergodex, because a few days before, one of the Explorer backend instances stuck because of disk overflow caused by Nginx logs. Then during the high loads, it was revealed. So the problem was fixed in a few hours, and we are now deploying more servers to handle load. Ergo pods listing yesterday, for example, was successful. So the only issue we have now continuing going through the stack is Yoroi wallet, which is having issues, especially during high demand time, like Aneta listing and so on. Happily, now we have two more wallets coming with EAP 12. Signing possibilities for the app support. Nautilus wallet and also Safe V wallet. Nautilus pre-release already supporting signing Ergodex transactions, as far as I know, and it's significantly faster, and it supports mnemonic phrases from Yoroi wallet. All the wallets around are supporting the same mnemonic phrases, happily. That means we will have 3 wallets to use soon instead of 1, right? So it's much more resilient infrastructure, definitely. And also ErgoPay support is coming to Ergodex, means there will be support also for mobile and desktop, maybe later Ergo wallet. This means Ergodex and other DApps like Auction House and so on, ErgoPad and others will support will be supported, so not just from browser wallets like Yoroi or Nautilus or Savvy, but also mobile wallets like Ergo wallet. All right, so Ergo Hack is coming. We have more teams applied than for Ergo Hack 2, and the teams are looking solid, and well, it seems we'll have very nice Ergo Hack, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have projects launched. So a lot of projects coming, so I'm not even capable to track all of them these days. Please check the weekly updates from Joseph, which will come on Sunday. And we will tweet also about news in the Ergo ecosystem. That's basically it. There are a lot of improvements in regards with stability and resilience of everything around, definitely. And with more options for users like wallets and so on. So it's also about better decentralization. All right, so there are also some news for layer 2 research and so on, but it's better for me to reveal something next time, likely. Next time probably we will talk about Ergo Hack, right? So yeah, maybe 2 weeks after. There will be some updates in regards with layer 2 and interoperability. That's it in short. And detailed update will come on Sunday by Joseph.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Always very informative. Okay, so let us go and dive right into the questions. We have some really good questions here. Let's see. Where's a question? Here's a nice one. This is a good one for Alex. How do you think Ergo would compete with ETC, Ravencoin, etc., in terms of hash rate and attracting miners?
I think so. Sorry. Maybe I will have problems with mic. Because I. Sorry. Next time I will use laptop, but this time I got no stable internet connection. Is my sound okay now? Still?
Yeah, we can hear you. Well, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. So sorry, not fancy mic, but I also need to charge this device. Battery is not good here on my pet device. All right. So I think in regards with utility, Ergo is already way ahead of Ravencoin, which is just Bitcoin fork with custom assets, right? And that's it. We have now DEX, decentralized auctions, decentralized crowdfunding and so on. Then it's just a question of time when Ergo will have better recognition, right, and better market cap, which also means automatically higher hash rate. Right, so the same for ETC, which is just Ethereum, right, and not been developed actively as far as I know currently even. All right, and yeah, after Ethereum going proof of stake, so I think maybe we'll have another Ethereum Classic, right? So maybe Ethereum miners will continue all-chain. So then we will see more successful Ethereum chain than ETC, but let's see, it's highly speculative at this point to make such statement, but yeah, also highly possible, I guess. So yeah, let's see. But for proof of work coins, yeah, it seems well, Ergo is well already far ahead by utility of well all of them, almost all of them, right? And yeah, in future, well, well, the situation will be even better forever. All right.
All right, thanks, Alex. So here's a question from Nick Gurr for myself. And so Nick is asking, hey, Dan, I hope you're well. I am, relatively speaking. Could use more sleep, but, we all have something we wish for and we never get. So could you elaborate on what you said last week about 1 million users on Ergo in the next 2 years? Thank you. Well, thank you for the question. So again, what I will be going to be doing in the next couple of weeks is a special video to explain what I am building, or what basically I've been building with my team. So to kind of give you an abridged version and an answer to your question, what it is it's an NFT. Well, NFTs are going to be a big part of it, but it's not just going to be about NFTs, but NFT powered ecosystem. And so all these different NFTs are going to provide utility. These utilities are going to be they're going to be used on different levels. So some of these utilities are going to be able to be used by small and mid-sized businesses, and then other parts of the ecosystem are going to be designed to be on a national level. And so with that being said, the deployment of this of the suite of products will then enable national adoption. And with national adoption, you will be getting all these users. You'll be getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of users pretty quickly. And what I'm striving for is national adoption. I have some things in the works. And again, once they have been developed, I will make an announcement. However, that is what I mean by a million commercial users. Is national adoption will bring at least 1 million commercial users in the next 2 years onto Ergo. People are going to be utilizing Ergo for different services, for different utilities, and basically giving Ergo the ability to become more and more robust. And again, this is just a small part of the ecosystem that is being built. But in essence, that's one of the reasons why I say 1 million. And I think that it's actually a conservative estimate because there's a much larger potential user base for what I'm building. And so, but once it starts to happen, of course, not everything goes as planned. So the adoption could take longer. We'll basically have to refine the plan as we get closer to deployment. However, I just really don't see there being a huge issue with bringing that many users on board once the system is live. I hope that answers your question. Let's see. And let's get one for Alex here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, this is a good one for Alex. So, do you think that devs are becoming increasingly susceptible to rushing work and not testing things appropriately? I feel older devs seem to be more pragmatic in their approach. Can Ergo combat this?
Um, yeah, so I agree that all developers, well, not in rush usually, but yeah, it also depends. So I'm also quite old developer. So yeah, doing things for like 26 years to the moment. All right, so there are different developers in community, right? And we are not in charge for well, by we are, I mean Ergo Foundation, right? So well, we are trying to raise the bar whenever possible. But yeah, then there are some community developers, and yeah, more and more community developers, and the share is increasing. And then yeah, you have a lot of stuff of very different quality actually. So in regards with core products like the Node or Sigma Rust, so currently we have a lot of contributors, and well, the quality is also very different here, and sometimes so something got past reviews even, but yeah, also currently we are trying to raise the bar all the time whenever possible. So well, if there is no reason for rush, then we are always enforcing to do such things as tests and tests on different levels, and doing documentation and so on. So yeah, things are much better now here than 1 year or 2 years ago, even considering that currently we have a lot of external contributors, right, which sometimes don't quite understand, right, what's they're touching, and then yeah, may contribute something breaking the things, and yes, so sometimes unfortunately it's even passing reviews, but yeah, things are definitely better and better in regards with core components. So yeah, this is the complicated talk, but yeah, in general, well, I think things are getting better. So yeah, and in regards with stability and resilience, I think yeah, we are quite following maybe a form of Kaizen philosophy, right? Japanese philosophy of improving all the time, yeah, iterations, right? So yeah.
Great. Yeah, and actually in Japanese, Kaizen specifically means improvement. That's literally what it means, improvement, Kaizen. All right. Thank you, Alex. And so let's go to the next question. Okay, well, here's one from Shaban really quick. So any updates on Chiron Labs? Yes, Chiron Labs has been actively working on and basically making sure that we have those books, that our liquidity is steady. And what we're also going to be doing is, I think I already spoke about this or before, but we will invite one of the guys in our labs onto one of the AMAs really shortly, and you'll be able to ask them some questions. So I think that will be interesting for some community members to be able to interact with Chiron, and we'll let you know once when we have a specific date for when somebody's going to join us during an AMA. Now let's go to another question for Alex, and here's a good one. Are Monero-like cross-chain atomic swaps between Ergo and Bitcoin technically possible given Taproot is up?
Yeah. So actually, I've answered this question a few times, even maybe. So with Taproot, so we can do private swaps between Ergo and Bitcoin. Even before Taproot's activation on Bitcoin, there were some swaps. Demo swaps done with Bitcoin Cash. Other Bitcoin forks which are supporting Taproot also supported here automatically. The only issue here is that if we look into dexes built on atomic swaps, like atomic dex by Komodo guys. So unfortunately, volume is not big at all there. So I don't know why. So we need to take a deeper look likely, and maybe discuss with folks working on it. For private swaps, so for new technology, things will be even worse. So I do not expect that private swaps will take cross-chain interaction filled by like Storm. But maybe with recent events like wormhole hack, which happened like 2 days ago, more secure cross-chain solutions like swaps will be more popular. Let's see. There are certain problems with swaps, so you need to have liquidity on both sides, right? So you can't just transfer unconditionally something to other chain. But on other hand, it's also better maybe from a security point of view. But I don't know. So this hack, wormhole hack maybe will change a lot in understanding and perception of cross-chain applications. You need to understand that in case of cross-chain applications, you have a possible cascading failure effect, right? Like because of some bug in Solana, now we have 300 million USD in wrapped Ethereum on Ethereum blockchain, right? Toxic liquidity, which can be further used maybe for attacking DeFi on Ethereum via flash loans, or even without them, right, with such amounts. Security is more tricky when many blockchains are involved, and swaps actually is a simple technology, and better from security point of view, maybe. All right. Still, I do not expect a quick recognition of private swaps. Let's see.
All right, thanks again for that, Alex. And so here's actually a good question for the both of us. And so the question is, the Ergo ecosystem has been expanding fast lately. What recent projects have impressed you the most in terms of code, smart contracts, functionality, and or UX? Well, personally, I have been very impressed with the projects that that we had on Ergo Pulse. Ergo Lend is a very ambitious project. I'm really impressed with that one. I have not seen the UX and the code, but the functionality that Chris is talking about is really impressive. It's really wide reaching, and I think it would be an amazing addition to the Ergo ecosystem once it's live. Another one that is really cool, of course, is Ergodex. I think they did a fantastic job with the UI. I think the UX is really good. I think that the attention to detail in the code is also really really top notch. I also know that behind the scenes, Ilya and his team have been working really hard to make sure that the dApp connectors are working well, that the swaps are happening well, that also the Cardano side deploys when it does, which is going to be shortly also as well. Ergo has. I have not seen anybody yet complain about any part of Ergodex, which I would take as a really good sign that they've done a fantastic job. So that's a really good one. Yeah, I think those two are the biggest and the best. The episode that we just filmed with oh God, my brain is shutting down. The episode that we just filmed with GetBlock also is amazing functionality. It's amazing. It's really good for governance. It's really good for basically making a more democratic, creating a more democratic ethos for voting within the Ergo ecosystem. So that is also very impactful and really good functionality, I think. So how about yourself, Alex? What tickles your fancy from the Ergo ecosystem that's been kind of popping up lately?
All right, so maybe I'm not tracking everything, right? So I don't know much about Sigma Valley, unfortunately, and some NFT projects. But yeah, I'm in regular talks with Anon Real, Anon 2020S. So in regards with Auction House and Ergo Mixer and so we are discussing a lot of things, science, old times, so discovering new possibilities. So I'm also in touch these days with ErgoPads guys, GetBlock, ErgoLand. Yeah, and Ergodex for sure. Yeah, I have regular communications with the guys, and yeah, so I helped with auditing contracts for ErgoPads, GetBlock. So yeah, we discussed design patterns and so on. So yeah, it seems to me that guys are really doing things right from our conversations. So it would be good to make maybe some things in regards with extended UTXO research jointly. So yeah, I will talk about this with the guys. Well, and hopefully something will happen.
Yeah, actually, I completely omitted Sigma Valley. I think Sigma Valley is actually a really cool project. I have myself explored Sigma Valley. Ilya has done a fantastic job. And one of the things that I would like to do sometime in the future is actually maybe even host a virtual Ergo Summit in Sigma Valley. I think it'll be really cool to have an Ergo Summit in Sigma Valley. So again, we will strive to make that happen. But really good job, Ilya. Really fun stuff. So let's see. Another good question here is, and this is something that I just like to kind of give chime in on. So, is there a plan for digital identity on Ergo similar to a Prism? It seems like that is a roadblock to expanding DeFi. Curious to know your thoughts on digital identity versus privacy in terms of DeFi. So, as far as bringing digital identity products onto Ergo, that is actually in the works. I have, in fact, I admitted it in my early, in my updates in the beginning of the AMA, but this is actually also something that I have been working on. There's actually two projects that I am speaking with that will be bringing digital identity on Ergo, different forms of digital identity solutions on Ergo. And again, once these projects are ready, I will let them announce their deployment of Ergo. And I also think that you'll be really excited about what's coming. As far as the thoughts on digital identity versus privacy in terms of DeFi, I'll let Alex answer that question. So, I have my own thoughts, but I want to hear what Alex has to say about that. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on digital identity versus privacy? How does it affect privacy in terms of DeFi?
Oh, I don't know. So sometimes digital identity could be very useful, right? So, for example, in lending, right? Well, if you are targeting for uncollateralized lending, then you need for some reputation, right, to be taken into account. And yeah, that's about digital identity. But yeah, also privacy must be respected, right? And whenever reputation is not needed, right, then yeah, privacy should be respected. Yeah, well, already you can do a lot. So for example, you can mint CQSD stablecoin from the mixer. You can mix stablecoin. You can do a lot of things thanks to composability of contracts in the UTXO model. Right. So yeah, for example, I did Oracle pool funding from the mixer during some interview and so on. Yeah, well, potentially, well, privacy is already quite superior here, right? But yeah, a lot of more exciting things possible. So maybe during ErgoHack, if I will have some free time, I will think about some new schemes for privacy in DeFi on top of Ergo specifically. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Alex. So another good question for Alex. Any plans for more Oracle pools?
It depends. I mean, so everyone can launch. For example, some community members are running Ethereum to USD Oracle pool. Right, and yeah, it's even shown on Explorer, and you can run your own, for example, for gold and so on. And for doing better. So there is Oracle Pulse 2.0. So I will check. Is backend ready? So if it's ready, then yeah, maybe it's worth to run updated Oracle Pulse. But usually you need for some DeFi application, right, to run a pool. So it's about Oracle users, so applications.
All right, great. Okay, there's a good question here. I lost. Let's see. Okay. Well, I don't know where the question went, but the question was about a Nautilus wallet. Let me just see if I can find the question again. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So the question is: tell us about Nautilus wallet, the Nautilus wallet audit. I want to swap, but I'm worried about security. So the security audit for Nautilus. This is something that we've been discussing with Captain Nemo, and I love working in the space because I'm actually literally know the guy by Captain Nemo. I'm talking to Captain Nemo. Okay. I am. I'm talking to Captain Nemo. It's I don't know. It's Captain Nemo. These guys got he's got that 19th century diving suit and everything. That's Captain Nemo. Anyway, so we've been talking to Captain Nemo about the Nautilus wallet, and we're actually going to be helping Nautilus with the security audit. So that is in the works, and once that is complete, and of course, Captain Nemo and Nautilus are completely open to a security audit. And so once that complete, we'll let you know, and you will be able to fully utilize Nautilus without worried about any kind of security risks. Although Nautilus is a really, really well-built product, think so. I think we don't really have anything to talk about there. The team is really solid, and I myself am using it right now. But yeah, the security audit is coming, and we will let you know when it is done.
Yeah, and so we are discussing different options. For example, it can be just a grant from Ergo Foundation for the audit. And another option is to have EF secured crowdfunding campaign like we did for Ergo when the success of raffle was secured by Ergo Foundation, but community also added on top like 20% or so. Maybe it would be great to continue experiments in that field. Use crowdfunding schemes, but with success guaranteed by Ergo Foundation.
All right, thanks, Alex. So we have time for two more questions. One is UFOs, real or not? I think it's relative. To one person, it's a UFO. To another person, it's just things that's flying, and then it's an identified flying object. So it's relative. Are they real? Yes. Who are they real to? That's the question. Now, then another question from the same person, CHC, is a nice question to finish off this time. And when will the soft fork vote be decided? I feel we have to get over this hurdle ASAP. So when will the soft fork vote be decided, Alex?
Oh, I don't know. So actually, the voting is potentially going, but the biggest polls not supposing and at the same time not opposing it. So what they're saying is that they're waiting for community support, right, to be seen, and also support from developers. So in regards with some timelines, so I'm going to update the EP27 document and send to the pools again. So in regards with community support, so there was a poll recently, another one showing that more than 90% of voters go in favor. So there is also voting on GetBlock, which is going on or will be started today or tomorrow. I need to check. So I've forgotten details. Soon we will know minor's decision, right, from one of the pools. Then big pools will decide, and in case of signaling from big pools. So it seems the support will be there. So something like this. So big pools are neutral at this point. So let's see.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Alex. And so I think it's a good place for us to end this week's AMA. And one last thing, I'd just like to tell Momin Moses that I do notice you. So you have nothing to worry about. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for your time, and it was a pleasure as always to be able to bring these updates. I am Dan Friedman, and we have Alex Chepurnoy, and so we're always here for you to answer your questions, and we're working hard to make this ecosystem greater day by day, week by week, and to bring us into the stratosphere where we belong. So. Well, not just stratosphere, wherever blockchains go, the moon, Pluto, Andromeda, that's going. Okay, we're going to go there. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for your time, and have a good weekend.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Bye.